Imagine living in a place where the clock does not dictate the rhythm of life, where survival still depends on hunting with bow and arrow, and the food does not come packed, but direct from the jungle. In the Hadza Tribe, in the heart of Tanzania, time seems to have stood still. Here, they still hunt as their ancestors did thousands of years ago, including monkeys. Yes, you heard right. In this video, you will dive into a universe where eating habits, customs, and social relationships challenge everything you know as normal. The Hadza Tribe is one of the last truly hunter-gatherer peoples on the planet, and among the practices that most shock the Western world is the consumption of monkeys as part of their diet, something that, for them, goes far beyond survival. Its culture, its heritage, its identity. But it doesn't stop there. Among the Hadza, a man can have several wives, and the rules of this coexistence, so different from what we are used to, reveal a deep vision about freedom, respect, and how we see love and union. Prepare to get out of your comfort zone. What seems strange to us, for them is simply living. The daily life of the Hadza Tribe is a mirror that forces us to reflect. Who is really living? Who is freer? Who understands, in fact, what it is to live in harmony with nature? By following this video to the end, you will not only understand how the Hadza live, you will be transformed by the experience of knowing a way of life that breaks with all the standards of modernity. So, if this content has caught your attention until now, it is because you are curious, open to the new, and seeks to understand the world beyond appearances. So, you already subscribed to the channel. Leave that value like, comment what most impressed you, and activate the bell not to miss any trip like this. And take a look at the links here in the description. Have good things waiting for you. Opportunities that not everyone realizes at once, but that can open unexpected doors. The Hadza diet. Between tradition and adaptation in the heart of the Tanzanian savanna, the Hadza Tribe maintains food practices that challenge Western conventions. Among its sources of protein is the hunting of small animals, including monkeys. This practice, while surprising to many, is an adaptation to environmental conditions and the availability of resources in the region. Hunting is carried out with traditional bows and arrows, demonstrating a deep connection to their ancestors and the land they inhabit. The diet of the Hadza is diverse and based on seasonal food collection. In addition to hunting, they eat tubers, berries, and honey, which are collected by the women of the tribe. This division of tasks is fundamental for the survival of the group and reflects a balance between social roles and environmental sustainability. Food is shared among community members, strengthening social ties and ensuring that everyone has access to available resources. The practice of eating monkeys is not constant and depends on the availability of these animals in the region. When it occurs, it is treated with respect and is part of a food system that values the integral use of natural resources. This approach contrasts with the common waste in industrialized societies and highlights the importance of understanding cultural contexts before judging eating practices different from ours. The Hadza diet is an example of how humans can live in harmony with the environment, using available resources sustainably. As we study their eating habits, we are invited to reflect on our own choices and the impact they have on the planet. The Hadza Tribe reminds us that it is possible to live in a balanced way, respecting nature and valuing the community. Social structures, freedom, and flexibility in relationships. The social organization of the Hadza Tribe is marked by a flexibility that defies conventional norms. Relationships are based on mutual choice and individual freedom, without external impositions. Although monogamy is common, there are cases of polygamy, where a man can have several wives, provided that there is consent and balance in the relationships. This structure allows individuals to seek authentic and meaningful connections. Hadza women have autonomy to choose their partners and can end relationships that do not meet their expectations. This freedom is a reflection of the gender equality present in the tribe, where decisions are made collectively and each member has an active voice. The absence of rigid hierarchies contributes to a social environment where mutual respect is fundamental. Marriages in the Hadza tribe, not formalized by ceremonies or legal documents, they are based on coexistence and commitment between the parties involved. This simplified approach allows relationships to evolve naturally, without external pressures or unrealistic expectations. The community supports couples, but does not interfere in their personal decisions, promoting an environment of trust and understanding. The Hadza social structure offers an alternative perspective on human relationships, highlighting the importance of freedom, respect, and authenticity. By observing their practices, we are encouraged to question the norms that govern our own societies and to consider more flexible and inclusive forms of coexistence. The Hadza tribe shows us that it is possible to build relationships based on equality and conscious choice. Preserving an ancestral culture in a modern world, the Hadza tribe faces significant challenges to maintain their traditional way of life in a constantly changing world. Pressure for land, the influence of external crops, and environmental changes threaten its existence. Despite this, the Hadza continue to practice their traditions, resisting assimilation and seeking to preserve their unique cultural identity. The transmission of knowledge between generations is fundamental for the survival of the Hadza culture. Stories, hunting techniques, collecting practices, and social values are taught orally, ensuring that future generations keep the ancestral heritage alive. This transmission of knowledge is a testimony to the resilience and adaptability of the tribe in the face of adversity. Organizations and researchers have collaborated with the Hadza to document and support their cultural preservation efforts. Initiatives aimed at the protection of their lands and the recognition of their rights have been implemented, seeking to balance respect for their autonomy with the need for external support. These partnerships are essential to ensure that the Hadza tribe can continue to live up to their values and traditions. The history of the Hadza tribe is a powerful reminder of human cultural diversity and the importance of protecting forms of life that differ from dominant norms. By knowing and respecting the Hadza culture, we enrich our understanding of the world and reaffirm the value of plurality. The preservation of their culture is not only a responsibility of them, but of all humanity, which benefits from the wealth of perspectives and experiences that the Hadza offer. Throughout this journey, we dive into the raw, intense, and deeply human reality of the Hadza tribe, a people that resists time, lives in harmony with the earth, and faces life with a simplicity that disconcerts us. We have seen how they hunt not for pleasure, but for necessity. How they feed on monkeys not by exotic choice, but by adaptation to scarcity. And more than that, we understand that behind every arrow thrown, there are centuries of ancestral wisdom trying to survive amid the relentless advance of modernity. The relationships that unite the Hadza are different, yes, but they reveal a more free, truer, more conscious love. A structure where no one is the property of anyone, where each bond is a choice renewed every day. They don't live to look like, they just live. And maybe this is exactly what we lack in the big cities, a life that makes sense of truth. The Hadza tribe invites us to look at the world with other eyes, less judgmental, more open, more curious. They show us that there are other ways to exist, to love, to eat, to live. And that is the beauty of human diversity. There is no single right way. There is the courage to choose your own. If this story touched you, it was because somehow it echoed inside you. Maybe because deep down, you also want a life with more truth and less noise. So, if this content made you think, feel, or simply see the world in a new way, consider subscribing to the channel. This is where we share stories that break patterns and open horizons. Leave your like, comment on what most impacted you, and activate the bell not to miss the next trips to the unknown. And since you've come so far, take a look at the links in the description. There is something there that has no direct relationship with the video, but it may be exactly what you are looking for without knowing.